social media aspect, and how does that play a role in your business, man? Because that is one of your superpowers that I've definitely noticed from day one, bro.
It's just, I you have to remember, I've watched so much YouTube. I've noticed from the last past year, Facebook has blown up with so many people on it now, showing their face, being the face of their situation. And I think it was from the Junk Expo of 2024 where a lot of people learned a lot. And you I just learned I'm not that guy who's afraid to be in front of the camera. I love to show my face. I love to interact. I love the people. I'm that guy on that commercial, like the insurance. You don't have to tell them the code to the bathroom. I'm that guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm that guy in line talking to everybody. I'm just a social butterfly. And it's just, I love showing what I do. My social media situation is different from a lot than a lot of others. I don't just advertise like my business. I show you my business. I educate you. And I have so many people from next door to Facebook who just say thank you. It's like education. I didn't know I had that problem until I seen your post. And I need that help. And it's just, you have to master social media. You have
Has
to.
that has YouTube helped your business grow? I mean, either directly or indirectly?
I think we all know who owns YouTube. So a lot of people don't get it that the more you post, the more the rhythm of Google is going to keep you there. And in case, people Google you and all your YouTubes pop up too. So, it's just, I post every day, my shorts every day, even a video every day. I got over 600 videos
Wow.
of all free education for you guys to go out there and just hit that like and subscribe and see the yee yee. Because when I first started this business, I reached out to haulers in my area. Nobody helped me. Nobody helped me. Nobody. Everybody told me that you got to learn on your own. You got to do this. So I said, okay. Oh yeah, watch this. I got the truck. I got the trailer. I got the emblems. I got the logos. I got the wraps. And I start putting my steps in the sand, and made them watch and made them see it.
Andrew wants to know, do you do TikTok also?
I love TikTok. I just got into TikTok and I post TikTok videos. You can see a lot of my tick, a lot of you can see a lot of my videos of me in action on my TikTok at No Limit Hauling on TikTok. No Limit Hauling on TikTok. You can see a lot of my action, and it gets real on my TikTok.
Where would you say is your best platform, as far as growing and getting your media out there? Where do you see the most success?
YouTube, because I get to be who I am. And on Facebook, I have to limit it because these are my customers. But on YouTube, it helps me and developed me to create the yee yee. And it just makes me feel so comfortable. So when I post on Facebook, it's just natural. Natural.
Now, I got to ask you this, brother, because you just brought that up. And so you don't want your client seeing your channel? You kind of keep that separate?
On my flyer, every time I meet a new client, I go to their house, in-person estimates. I hit them with my flyer and I let them know. You can also catch me on YouTube, Facebook, Google, all these. I let them know. But a lot of times clients don't really care about that. They just want you to get the job done. And sometimes me being a union man, I was a chief shop steward of my local union, fighting the grievances and having patience. I learned that 80% of our business is just being that ear and listening to the client sometimes, and just, oh yeah, oh yes, oh yeah, okay, yes, yes, oh no doubt, no doubt. I noticed you have this too. I noticed you have that. We could take that too. Oh boy, let's go so quick, so fast. Yeah, oh yeah.
So
100%.
I want to bring this up, guys, because I know this has been a hot topic recently, this past week in all the Facebook groups. There's been a lot of drama going on and all, and it's this new couple. They're doing big things. They're making a lot of noise out there. Tanner and Jackie, I believe their names are. I think it's JT Junk Removal or something along those lines, but making a lot of noise out there on Instagram, in the Facebook groups, and they're also receiving a lot of hate, and a lot of people, what they're saying is they don't like them mentioning the prices and like how much they're making off of junk removal. And, like I'd say probably like a quarter to half of the community had beef with that, where the other half is like all with it. They're like, yo, this is genius. They're doing great content and all that. What's your guys' thoughts on that? What side are you guys on? And after I hear from you guys, I want to give my opinion on the whole topic as well.
Well, one of the things is I think a lot of people that have been around a while um, have a bad taste in their mouth because of a couple people in the past year and 2 years. There was a guy, Logan Carnes, um, this other guy, Kyle Lamphy or whatever, and they did that a lot. And a lot of it was a lot ego driven, and flashing money, flashing the Lamborghinis, the cars, the watches, everything, and just it was all ego, and it just kind of rubbed people the wrong way. And then they went about and sold them a lot of BS courses that were super basic. It was mostly about doing social media. It's very little about junk removal, and I think that left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth. Um, and I know that guy Logan, he still does it. He's not as popular as he was because it's kind of went downhill. But at the same time, the one thing that I have, in my years of experience, the one thing I've really learned is most of the people here that are listening right now, myself included, we're junk removal businesses that focus a lot on marketing. Where if you're a marketer who happens to do junk removal, you're probably going to succeed a lot faster. But that's my take.
Mr. Yee, what's your thoughts on the whole, mentioning the prices and making money off of the jobs and all? Is that a turnoff for clients, or do you think the clients don't even pay attention or tune into any of that?
I think a lot of clients go to. I have a lot of clients who go to my website. I don't have the best website. I made my own website through GoDaddy, and I have a lot of clients who go to my website. But I don't post prices on my website. I only give prices in person, and I don't put my prices on social media because there's so many people out there who are just shopping around, which they have every right to. It's just like me. I'm gonna go to the best bargain for my buck for the cheap. I only go to one gas station. That's Chevron, but it has the right price for me, and that's the only gas station that I go to. But I don't. I don't mind, if people give prices out, but in my area, we just don't give prices out. There's people who do, but I just don't. And it's just, if you want my time, I got to come over and then you got to, pay for that.
Well, this is my opinion on the whole situation that, with JT and all them and what they're doing with the social media. I don't think they're giving out actual prices that are going to affect the market. They're not giving out, oh, this is what we're doing on a full load. They're just, they're putting out big, bold headlines to draw people in. They're saying big numbers, 250,000 in 1 year. They're doing, $3,500 off of one job. You know what I mean? It's not like they're saying, this is, off of one load or anything like that. They're just doing what they need to get new eyes on in the industry. And a lot of us are in this like little bubble where we're just kind of like promoting the other junk removal companies and everything, where these guys, they actually figuring a way to get new eyes coming in. And that's pretty cool because you're going to get a lot more followers. You're also going to find a lot of business doing it. And I'm hearing that they are absolutely killing it on Instagram, which I haven't heard anybody else advertise on Instagram and saying like, yo, that's the platform that we're just absolutely crushing it. You know what I mean? It's because they're opening up to a whole bunch of new eyes and everything. So I think it's genius. And, watching the skill level that they have in social media is so impressive, and that they're willing to share with us. So, which I think is really cool. And they even said in one of the posts, yeah, we're willing to show you guys all of this because we know 99% of you aren't even going to do anything about it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm there and I'm just like, yo, this is gold. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm taking notes and, I already got like a whole plan of like changing the way I make videos now just from what I learned from them. And I'm like, wow, I never even looked at it like that. So, you know, I think they're amazing, and doing great things. And, instead of people like criticizing them and kind of hating, you guys should learn from them. Even if you're not like really a social media person, you could take something from what they're doing and incorporate it into your business and add success that way. But I'm telling you right now, I think it's a great thing. I want to get behind them and support them. I put it out there for them to get in touch with me. I want to bring them on and kind of do an interview and kind of pick their brains, because I mean they really, really know social media and YouTube, and they're actually killing it out there. So
I
that's my
think
thoughts on that.
I think that they're being creative, and they're coming up with clickbait. They're coming up with a lot of things that is getting them attention. And if they want to give you a day in the life of what they do, how much they made, what they charge, more power to them. And that's why YouTube is here, so people can learn. And you take your little bit from that video and maybe put it into your recipe, and it should help you. But a lot of people don't realize how much YouTube is the number one search engine. And a lot of people are not taking really, really, really advantage of all these little snippets, because you're watching three people right here, right now. And you can learn from these three people right here, and just take something from each one of us and add it to your a gumbo, and watch it be, you know.
Hell yeah, bro. And what kind of content do you see that gets you the most like calls or, eyes on you and all?
I just think that being posting a lot on social media and letting them see what you do. I post. I Every time I take pictures, I ask all my clients, may I take a before and after picture? And I get so much recognition from my community and my county. Do you still have this sofa? Do you still have that dresser? Do you still have that lamp? Oh my God, I've been looking for that wicker basket to match mine. I get so many private messages just from people seeing my post and saying, do you still have that? And I say, absolutely. You got 24 hours to come get it before I donate it or find it a home. And speaking of that, I just landed a $1,000 job from that the other day. I posted this a garage clean out, and there happened to be a wicker basket set. And this future client messaged me and said, hey, can I buy that off you? I said, absolutely, don't worry about it. You just come get it right now. You can have it for free. So this client came and met me, and I gave him the basket. A week later, they called me and said, hey, we just did a huge clean out in our backyard. Can you come get all the stuff? Absolutely. And I got the Google review.
Hell yeah.
So
Kevin, what's some things that you incorporate as far as social media into your business?
I wish I utilized social media more. I get on Facebook, very little on Instagram. I maybe have one or two videos on YouTube, and that's on me. And like I said, the thing that I'm learning about this business, I learned a lot working with 1-800 Got Junk, but when I was there, I had an entire marketing team. So I never had to worry about marketing. So being out on my own, I'm learning that, the best marketers are the ones that are actually succeeding faster. The marketer, if you're a great marketer, no matter utilizing social media, because social media is so powerful. And if you utilize that, I mean, you could pretty much run any business by being a good marketer. You're a marketer like I said before, you're a marketer who happens to do junk removal, and that's how you succeed faster. And I wish I knew more about it. And I'm learning and I'm teaching myself and I'm connecting and collaborating with other people that do really good marketing so I can learn myself, because I don't utilize it as much as I should, and I really need to get off my ass and do it.
I think it's something that a lot of people overthink. And I think by overthinking, it kind of scares them away from it completely and they don't even like dabble with it. Because I didn't even realize like until recently how good at marketing I am. And I didn't even know it. It's just making a lot of noise. And it's, I realize where any industry I've got in, it's instantly like I'm right there in the limelight, in middle of everything, like, and everybody in the industry is like, holy shit, where did you come from? You know what I mean? So it's like just being consistent, posting, letting people know you, get to know you real quick. You know what I mean? It's, you don't have to overthink it. Just get your content out there, get yourself out there, get people to know who you are and everything. And it's going to take a while. And at the beginning, it's kind of humbling, because it's like, nobody cares. Nobody cares about who you are. Nobody wants to know. Nobody wants to click the button to even listen to what you got to say, or, to get people even tune into your videos. It's really, really hard at first. And I'm coming from like a background where, I was in arm wrestling and fitness modeling, and I got my name out there worldwide. So it got really easy for a few years where, people just already knew of me right away. So it was like, oh, this is pretty easy. When I came into junk removal, it was starting at scratch, and it was kind of like, oh wow, nobody cares who I am. I keep posting all these videos and everything, and nobody's even clicking. And I'm like, wait, in arm wrestling, all I do is put my picture on, and next thing I got like thousands of views and everything. So it's like, it takes a while at the beginning, but it's something, it's a marathon, not a sprint,
Yeah, and like you said, consistency is key. Even on Facebook, I a couple of weeks ago, I was at my favorite pizzeria in my town. I ordered some pizzas. I was sitting there having a beer, waiting for my pizzas to come, and a guy walked up to me and he's like, "Hey, you're Kevin Hess from the junk removal company, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he introduced himself to me. He was a city commissioner. And he walked up and he wanted to take a selfie with me and everything. Like I was a celebrity. And we got a county commissioner here, this politician acting like I'm the celebrity. And it was kind of a cool thing, because being consistent on Facebook, like I said, if I could be consistent on the rest of the platforms, maybe I start really, really getting my name out there.
yeah.
I think the more you make this fun, and the more you create something and run with it, and I inspire people to create something, run with it, and make it a slogan, make it your symbol, make it a logo, and just run with it, because we can all see these letters on your truck or trailer. But like, when you put your character on that truck or trailer, and you put your face on that truck and trailer, that's really more of an eye catcher. I tell you that right now. People look at that, little kids in the background, Mom, look at that guy's face. Oh my God. Then the mother or father says, oh shit, I need that. Let me take a picture real quick. Boom.
You nailed it right there, bro. 100%.